Hello everyone, and welcome back if you have watched these videos before. I'm going to talk about two more anime that I recently watched, and I'm going to pose a question. Is it better to be just pretty baseline alright, or is it better to be pretty good and then fuck up your ending? We're going to ask that question today, and we're going to start off with something that I consider to be, no, it's alright. It's alright. It's nothing special, but it's alright. And that's going to be Blue Spring Ride. Now, I watched this recently, and I was just, I don't know, I was kind of expecting it to be a bit more. It's like a more reserved version of, like, maybe Black Prince and Wolf Girl. I think it's a lot more reserved than that. But it's got a neat idea about, this girl and guy were kind of in love with each other when they were young, and then they separated because of stuff that happens to the guy. It's never really explained. He just up and disappears one day, and then they meet up again. And the guy is like, so much has happened to me, pretty much, and he's not the same person that he once was. So that's sort of going on. He doesn't believe that they could really work like they did before. So the entire story is basically her trying to either re-find the dude she lost or accept the new guy. And in all honesty, it's alright. It's alright. I don't think it's special. I definitely think the plot lines and, the stuff that they talk about in it are alright. I definitely think there's been other ones that have done it better. Let me think, really, can I name one off my mind that has the exact same plot line that's better? Let's see. Looking through my laundry list of animes that I've watched. I cannot remember any that are directly like that, actually. Yeah, out of my list that I'm looking through right now. Now I'm definitely sure that I've heard of one like it before, but or at least its plot line before and something, but it doesn't feel super original, but what it does competently. So I definitely don't think it's bad. But it's not remarkable. Like, there's other anime that I've already pseudo reviewed. I wouldn't call these reviews. I'm not looking at them super professionally, but there's other anime that I would definitely recommend more than I would recommend this one, but it's not a bad choice. There's definitely worse ones, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But yeah, I mean, I feel it could have done more. It got close. It was close. But in the end, it kind of hesitates a bit and doesn't follow through entirely. But it gets close. The next one, however, Masamune-kun's Revenge. I was already iffy about this one from the start, and it really did not help me by the end. So, we're starting off, apparently, this dude and girl knew each other as kids. The dude was fat, and the girl was mean, but up in one day he apparently confessed to her at night, which I'm going to be a little spoilery here. It's kind of obfuscated a bit about the young girl character, because we also see moments where she basically has issues, like she was just abandoned or something. And I'm thinking that there's probably more to that. It's probably in the manga, because this thing is not very long, and apparently it's not a good version of the manga from what I've heard either, because apparently after episode 9, basically 10, 11, and 12, they super rush things and they don't properly explain a lot of the plot points that happened after that point. And honestly, the stuff at 10, 11, and 12 is kind of bad. It's kind of garbage. Like, I'm going to tell you straight up, there's definitely bullshit fan service in this, and I hate it. Like, the first 2 episodes, I'm okay with it because it establishes the fan service that we are getting in it, kind of establishes a character, and then it pulls the rug out from under us, which how we're supposed to interpret that character, which I actually liked. It was using it effectively. But every moment after that is just blatant fan service, and it sucks. It's bad. It definitely diminishes what, for the first 9 episodes, is actually a really good and interesting plot line. I actually have seen a similar plot line to this before, but I didn't like it because, once again, it didn't capitalize. This one actually capitalizes. The thing that I watched previously was Nisekioi, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it because it never capitalized on its ideas. It never followed through. This does. It actually is following through its ideas. But then once it gets to episode 9, it's like, oh, okay. This is probably where it should have ended. That's pretty alright. But then it just kind of reverts and loses pretty much all the progress it had made over 9 episodes, and it's like, what the fuck? And then 10, it just introduces an entirely new character, and like, it's bullshit, and it's really stupid. Like, they had a good plot and a good storyline going, and then they just kind of fuck it up on the last 3 episodes, and it definitely feels like they were assuming that they were going to get another season or something. But it's bad. It's just bad. Like, the last 3 episodes are really bad. At that point, I would probably just say go read the manga. But again, I judge things by not the quality of their manga, but the quality of the anime that is made and presented. And the first 9 episodes are pretty decent. Of course, there's the fan service, which I hate, but the plot was good enough for me to overlook it. But once the plot became garbage, I can't overlook that fan service. And it's super exploitative and bad. Like, I don't like this anime. I was liking it, and then 10, 11, and 12 just made me not like it. Those last episodes were just super unsatisfying, bad, cliffhangery at episode 12. It's just bad. Maybe it'll get another season, and at that point, I may re-review this and say it's better, but as I've always said with any anime that's like that, until it gets that other season, I'm going to think it's a bad anime. But yeah, that's just how I think about it. Those two, honestly. Blue Spring Rind, you can't go wrong. Because it's decent all the way through, but it's not remarkable in any capacity. And then the frickin' revenge thing. Let's also get that out of the way. The protagonist is kind of a fucking jerk. But it's also like he's not truly a jerk. That's only surface level. Deeper inside, he's actually a good guy. And he probably knows that he doesn't actually want the revenge he's looking for. But, you know, that's just something that's never going to get resolved in this because it's super unsatisfying and bad. So, yeah, I don't recommend Masamune-kun's whatever revenge, but Blue Spring Ride, I'd recommend other things that I've already recommended before this, but if you're already watched all those, then Blue Spring Ride's not a bad thing. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I got 2 more to add to these pseudo reviews because they're not traditional reviews. They're just opinions. But then again, what really is a review? But anyways, we're going to start off by talking about Snow White with the Red Hair, which I watched on Verve because I upgraded and now I use Verve, which gives me access to additional animes that Crunchyroll doesn't have, and dubs, which I enjoy because I'm an English speaker, so there's always, you know, a slight improvement to quality when you can actually understand what's saying without having to read. And you can definitely pay a lot more attention to the words that are actually being said. But anyways, this anime is it's good. I enjoyed it a lot. But here's the parts that I think may turn off other people. it's really calm, and the issues resolve themselves quickly, but I believe that is actually good because they don't behave like children. They actually, whenever a problem arises, they deal with it in a like adult manner. And that's very rare in anime because anime is all about just constant, oh, I don't understand what's going on. Oh, I don't understand how to properly communicate. But this one doesn't have that issue. It's just, it's very political because it's about a prince and a random, really smart common girl slowly falling in love with each other. That's the broadest plot of this. And I believe it not only has them falling in love in a very realistic way, but it doesn't just completely ignore the fact that he's a prince and she's a commoner. There's still, political rules to that they have to work around. And by the end of the 2 seasons that I watched, it is confirmed that they both do have feelings for each other. And he has basically said that he will ask her to marry him when he can. So that's generally that. It's really pretty. I gotta say, it's really pretty. And characters are likable. Even characters that seem like they wouldn't be likable, like from the first season, they come back in the second season and they're kind of redeemed. They actually do good shit. And that's always nice to see characters return and redeem themselves. Honestly, it feels like a much more organic look. Less fantastical and less bombastically emotional, but I think it's good, but it's definitely far more mild slice of life than rom-com. But I mean, I still would recommend it if that's your thing. Now, the second thing I'm going to talk about here, boy, may be the best shonen I've seen in a very long while. And I knew it was going to be good. I had put off watching it till basically the last season 3 episode came out, subbed, because I watched it all subbed. And then I watched it all again dubbed. Of course, the dub is 2 episodes behind at the time of recording, so there's still 2 episodes missing from season 3. It's My Hero Academia. I'm not going to say Boku no Academia, Hero, whatever, because I'm not Japanese. I'm going to use the English name, and anybody who uses the other name and speaks English is being pretentious. I'm drawing that line in the sand right now. But yeah, holy crap, this show is amazing. Its characters are extremely likable. Every single character, like, there are characters in 1A that are super enjoyable. There are characters in 1B that are super enjoyable. There are characters in the other classes that are cool and good characters that honestly could be their own protagonists if this was any other anime. But it's all about Deku and All Might. And it's fantastic. Animation's great. Colors are beautiful. The designs are to die for. I love the designs of all the heroes because they're so unorthodox. Because you have somebody who can shoot tape out of their elbows and they behave pretty much like a pseudo Spider-Man. And then you have a dude who has like 6 arms but can like turn his arms into like eyeballs and mouths and ears, and that's super crazy and unique. I love it. And honestly, the plot's pretty damn good. The way it's progressing, like, I'll give you a brief synopsis. Deku inherits All Might's power because he can do that. Because Deku has the heart of a hero, but never had a quirk of one. So he gets it. And at first, the quirk is too much to handle because it is the strongest quirk, more or less. That's extremely debatable whether or not One for All is actually the strongest quirk, but it gets stronger with each new person it's passed to. But I mean, it's not like it can shoot lasers or change matter. That's some quirks of other people. Like, all, if we're going to be completely honest, One for All is just an enhancer type. It is pretty much exactly the same as Tetsu Tetsu, who is my favorite character's name. I love Tetsu Tetsu's name. It is the best name in the entire show, bar none. But literally, it's pretty much the same ability. It just enhances the body. It has shown nothing else. It's always been shown as kinetic energy. He doesn't shoot lasers with it. He doesn't change matter with it. So it's pretty much nothing more than a stronger enhancer. But you have other powers where somebody has the power of fire and ice, where he can generate fire and ice out of thin air. And then you have another character who can literally make anything that isn't alive, so long as she knows how to make it, or what it's made of, she can make it. Fantastic. And I'm super looking forward to season 4 because that's going to be great. Honestly, you don't really need me recommending this show because odds are everybody's already watching it. I just held off on it because I knew that it would become one of my obsessive shows where I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait for the next episode. Oh my god, there's no episodes. I'm going to have that whole Netflix like depression thing where you watch an entire show and it's like availability, and then you get really sad because you don't have that show to watch anymore. But yeah, honestly, super recommended. I'm actually going to be doing a different video as well, categorizing all of the quirks into this 4-part system that I've been working on. And I'm going to categorize every quirk that we actually see used in the show within these 4 categories, because I'm pretty sure I can do that. But yeah, definitely both these shows are actually good. And of course, I recommend My Hero Academia for everyone because it is very good for everyone. There are very little actual tangible faults. Some things may be a little cliched, but then again, it's anime, and a lot of anime is based on cliche. But the way they handle it and execute it is perfect, pretty much. So yeah, definitely recommend it. So, see ya.